All right guys, welcome to Protein Treats. Today we are making hamburger buns. Now I know if you guys are like me, you're probably used to having your hamburger with a lettuce wrap or maybe just totally on its own with a little bit of cheese on top. But I really wanted to figure out how to make buns that taste amazing and most importantly, hold their shape. So I think you're gonna love this recipe. Let's get started. All right, we're gonna start with our dry ingredients and we're gonna mix in 2 scoops of natural Nutracelle. So go ahead and put your Nutracelle in here. There we go. And I'm a little bit low on that scoop, so I'm just gonna kind of visually top it up a bit here. There we go. And then you're gonna need 1/3 of a cup of coconut flour. Now, if you don't have any coconut flour at home, you could substitute this with almond flour. So there we go. And you're gonna need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Put that in there. And then about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So we're gonna put that in there. And you can be real fancy and use real garlic, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use one of these pre-mixed Clubhouse, this one's Parmesan and herbs. So I'm gonna go ahead and just visually, I'm gonna put a little bit in so it gives it that really nice savory taste. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix up those dry ingredients. All right, so now we've mixed our butter. Now we melted our butter and then we let it come back down to close to room temperature. You don't want your butter to be really hot because it will cook your eggs. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour all the butter in here, and we've got 1/4 cup of butter. And then we've got 4 eggs, 4 large whole eggs. So I'm gonna put those in, and then I'm gonna whisk this up a bit. So just take your whisk, break up the yolks a little bit. And once you have the yolks broken up, then go ahead and whisk that till it's pretty even. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my cheese. Now I've got a little over a cup of cheese here, and I'm gonna put it right into my dry ingredients. And we're gonna coat the cheese really, really well. I'll show you what that looks like. And that's gonna make it all mixed together really nice and easy. Now the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our mix of the eggs and the milk, and we're gonna go ahead and just pour that right in there, and we're gonna make sure that you mix it really well. Don't over mix it so it gets tough, but just mix it up so that you get that dough consistency. And it should look a little bit like this when you're ready to go. Looks amazing. Now what I have is a special pan. I think I got this one. This is just from Wildman, but it's actually made to make the little cookies for ice cream. That's what was on the cover of it, but I actually use it to make the buns out of because it makes a really nice size. Makes sure that your burgers aren't too big and they come out that perfect round shape. If you don't have one of these, you can go ahead and just put them on a cookie sheet. They won't hold their shape quite as well, but they'll still turn out pretty good. I've sprayed my cookie pan as well with an olive oil non-stick spray. So make sure that you're using an olive oil one and not a seed oil, because those have been shown in some studies to cause weight gain and also to interfere with some mineral absorption. So you want to use a really nice olive oil that's really great for you. So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of scoops on in each one. You guys will see how easy this is. Once I get all my scoops in, I'm gonna go ahead and just by hand kind of flatten it out a little bit so that it's filled in all of the areas. And then we're gonna pop it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes. And then just pat them down with your fingers so they fill up the whole place. Now, the other thing that you can use too, if you don't wanna try your hand at putting them on a cookie sheet, is you can put them inside a muffin tin. And they're gonna wind up just being a little bit thicker and a little bit smaller dimensions. Now that we're done these, we're gonna pop them in our oven at 350 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes. Okay guys, these just came straight out of the oven. Oh my goodness, it smells incredible in here. Look at these. Now we're gonna go ahead and cut these in half. So this recipe gives you 12 perfect sized hamburger buns. I'm just gonna let these cool a little bit, but oh my goodness, it smells amazing. And we're just gonna go ahead and cut one in half. It's still so warm. Normally you would wanna let it cool a bit. But look at that, you guys. Oh my goodness, a perfect little hamburger bun. I'm gonna go ahead and plate this up. I'm gonna get a burger in it so you can see just how great it looks. And I'm gonna try a bite. Because I know when we're trying to get as low sugar as you can, that you can actually get regular Heinz ketchup that is sugar-free, and you can also get one called xylitol, which is also sugar-free. So there's some really great ketchup choices. A lot of people don't realize that ketchup actually is full of sugar. So I'm actually gonna add a little bit of mustard, and I'm gonna add a little bit of ketchup to my burger, and then we're gonna try a bite here. There we go. Look at this, you guys. A real burger with no carbs, or almost no carbs, super high in fiber, super high in protein, and look at it hold its shape. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, it's so good. You guys are gonna love this summer. This is so good. Check us out next week. Have a great week, guys. Bye.